Oh my goodness. Now we sitting here saying to ourselves, okay, what next the NFL will do to us as Cowboys fans? You know what? I just come to here to say that now it seems more like we're that ant that's walking on the ground, and the NFL or Roger Goodell, however you want to look at it, got the magnifying glass and just pointing it on our backs and saying, okay, how much can we let the Cowboys burn? And there's always a few people out there saying, you know what, even if Dez Bryant would have caught the ball, even if he somehow found a way to catch the ball, Aaron Rodgers still had 2 to 3 minutes, I think 4 minutes left on the clock, something of that ilk. And then I have some people arguing me down saying that the game before Hitch, he actually passed interference this guy. But they don't mention that the fact that it was still 5 or 6 minutes left on that clock. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand the whole picture of everything. I understand where everybody's looking at it from this aspect and they're looking at it from that aspect. But Dez Bryant caught the ball. Everybody that's out there saying that he didn't are wrong now. And those who are saying that we were the insane, the foolish people, we are right, Dez caught the ball. We know from our eyes. We saw that he caught the ball. He plucked it out of the sky, made a football move, went down to the ground. And actually, if you go frame by frame, one can argue and say the ball never touched the ground. But that's from the guy. I guess that's from the Cowboys' points of views. But we right now, as of February 2018, we are right, But it is what it is. Catch, no catch. Now you can say no catch is out of the picture. It's now a catch or caught ball. You know what I mean? So, but moving forward from here, looking at what the ramifications of everything, right? If anybody deserves an apology, it should be Tony Romo. Everybody will say that, Tony Romo's never won in the big games and stuff like that, right? But look at this game right here. Lo and behold, he won that game if things would have turned out to be, because at the end of the day, defense was still not getting to Aaron Rodgers. But a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can change. It can be a whole lot of different type of playbook. So neither here nor there. Let's talk about Stephen Jones with the diarrhea at the mouth. Stephen Jones is talking a whole lot, now that his dad is just sitting back in the background. Stephen Jones is running his mouth I'm talking about running his mouth a lot, just spilling all the tea, throwing everything out there. Now, I don't know what to say. I don't know whether or not I want to still have Jerry Jones to speak, but Stephen Jones is saying, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to cut Orlando Scandrick, or we're going to keep him. But already let the cat out of the hat when you say, I'm going to cut the guy, or I'm going to look for a trade. I'm going to trade him, or I'm going to cut him anyway. You know what I mean? So if I'm trying to do a trade deal with him, why in the world? Why in the HELL? Why in the hell of it? Why will I even worry about entertaining the fact to trade this guy when I know you're gonna cut him anyhow? And then even with that notion, maybe Stephen Jones is smarter than what we think he is, because I do like him being the vocal guy versus his pops, his dad, Jerry Jones. But at the same time, look at the money aspect of it. If you cut him, you still got $3 million of dead money you still have to worry about. And if you trade him, you still have to worry about the $3 million. You still have to worry about the $3 million. He can't get around that. So that's just the bottom line all together collectively in that fashion. But Jerry Jones, I'm gonna move over. I'm talking pretty fast because I want to get this all out. Jerry Jones, don't get into a fight with Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell, I don't know what type of man he is. He's more of a feminine type of guy. And the reason being is he go back and forth with any owner. He just go back and forth. He does not lose. He always, like a lady. Nothing wrong with the ladies. I love the ladies. You guys understand that I love the ladies. But it's just one of those things where it's a woman always get the last words, right? Now, if you're a smart guy, If you're an intelligent guy, you will get the last word by saying yes, dear, yes, sweetie, yes, love, yes, baby, right? Those two last words, you get the last word of any argument. You can win any argument. That's the key of winning, is to say yes, sweetie. And that's the key to Roger Goodell's, is to say, yes, sweetie, you won, you know. Because Roger Goodell's going to make sure he gets the last word of any argument. It's $2 million, okay? Jerry Jones, just do this one thing for me and just say, hey, yes, sweetie, you won. You know what I mean? Don't go back and forth with Roger Goodell, because I don't want to hear 3 to 4 years from now and they're going to say, well, you know what, the Ezekiel Elliott investigation, you know what, Dallas Cowboys, you guys were right. He had nothing to do with this, and this is going to be 3 to 4 years that we can't take back, you know. So it's one of those situations. Jerry Jones, reach into your pocket. You got the money. I know you got the cojones to fight and go back and forth with Roger Goodell, but right now this should not be a battle with Roger. You know, let him win or let her win, whatever you want to call him. Let him win. Let it go. G-O, let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth going 8 to 7 to maybe 9 to 10 games without getting a hold call. It's not worth not getting a PI call on your wide receiver when somebody's out there basically bear hugging them and fighting them down to the ground. It's not worth somebody open up another investigation on maybe Randy Gregory at this point. It's not worth it. Learn to live to fight another day. I know it's hard to fold them up when you're a billionaire. You got your ego on the line, on the whims of anything and things like that. And hey, the combine is up. You know, we're gonna have. I'm just switching up subjects. You know, the combine is up this week. We got a lot of things going on. Numbers are numbers. I love numbers, but at the same time, they're numbers. You know, they can be shifted and moved in so many fashions. So just don't fall in love. This is the underwear Olympics. Everybody's going to be able to have some good numbers out there. Some people are going to have bad numbers, but look at the tape. Look at the film. The eye in the sky don't lie. The film don't lie. Study the film. Don't look at these numbers. Guys, there's going to be some people numbers that you're going to fall in love with. Just don't fall in love with the numbers. That's just all I have to say from that aspect of it. Look at the film. Look at the tape. If you're looking for a game changer, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who can change the game, take the top off the defense, go 0 to 60 real quick. That's what I want out there. I'm not worried about the numbers. The numbers going to take care of themselves. So this week and the weeks following, don't fall in love with the numbers. Look at the numbers from a respectable aspect of it. Maybe they can run a 4-3. Maybe they can run a 4-4. But if you see out there a game changer, somebody out there who's making plays out there, there's 3 types of players out there that I like to see. Now, I said this before, a player that go out there and make things happen, a player that go watch things happen, and a player that just say, hey, what just happened? The player that I want to see and the player that I want to have out there on the team is a player that go out there and make things happen. I'm looking for a maker, a game changer, somebody who can change the pace, flip the field, that type of guy. If you don't have that type of temperament, if you don't have that type of tenacity, that type of strength, that type of look, if you don't have that type of gear, then I don't want you, I don't need you. We know that there's always guys that go out running the 3 cones, doing the bench pressing. But what are you doing out there when it comes Sunday? That's what I want. I want a game, a dog, you know. That's what we're looking for. A lot of times, those who out there who's already making things happen, what the combine does for them, it validates. And validation is something tricky too as well. But I'm going to tell you something about validation. Validation is only good for parking. Validation is only good for parking, so just get that in your mind too as well, in your mental Rolodex. Validation is only good for parking. So with that being said, I want somebody, a dog, somebody who out there can make things happen out there on Sunday, Monday, whatever we play, Saturdays and Thursday night too as well. That's what I'm looking for. That's been my time. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.